Somewhere along the coast of New England, a submarine is being built in near total secrecy. It does not have a name yet that the public uses. It has a hull number, SSBN 826, and a future name, the USS District of Columbia. It is currently 65% complete. When it is finished in 2028, it will slide out of its dry dock, disappear beneath the surface, and stay there for months at a time. The Columbia class is the largest submarine the United States has ever built. Each one is 171 meters long, slightly longer than the Washington Monument is tall. Each one displaces approximately 21,000 tons fully loaded. The first boat alone is estimated to cost more than $15 billion to construct. The Navy has ordered 12. They will serve as the core of the American nuclear deterrent into the 2080s. Almost everything about them is classified. What do you think is the most surprising thing hidden inside a modern U.S. Navy submarine? Drop your answer in the comments below. For more than 40 years, the sea-based portion of the American nuclear arsenal has rested on the shoulders of the Ohio class, 14 ballistic missile submarines that entered service beginning in 1981. Those ships were designed for a 30-year service life. Some have already served beyond 40. They are aging out and the Navy needs a replacement. The Columbia class is that replacement. 12 boats are planned. The first, the future USS District of Columbia, is under construction right now at General Dynamics Electric Boat in Groton, Connecticut. Modules are being built in Rhode Island, in Virginia, and across more than a dozen other states. Final assembly happens in Groton. Delivery is scheduled for 2028. The second boat, the future USS Wisconsin, follows around 2030. Each Columbia-class submarine is designed to serve for 42 years. The last of the 12 will not retire until the 2080s. What we are about to walk you through is what makes this submarine different from anything that has ever come before it. The reactor, the propulsion system, the missiles, and the 155 sailors who will spend months at a time underwater inside it. Most people picture submarines a certain way, cramped, dark, crowded, surfacing every few days to recharge batteries or take on air, firing torpedoes from the bow. Most of these assumptions are decades out of date. The Columbia class operates on a completely different scale. The hull is 171 meters long. The diameter exceeds 13 meters. The submarine displaces approximately 21,000 tons fully loaded, which makes it roughly 2.5 times the size of a Virginia-class attack submarine and the largest submarine ever built by the United States Navy. It does not surface for air. It does not surface for fuel. It does not surface for supplies. It can remain submerged for the entire length of a patrol. 70, 80, sometimes more than 90 days at a stretch. It manufactures its own oxygen from seawater. It distills its own fresh water. Its nuclear reactor will run for the entire 42-year service life of the ship without ever being refueled. What the public sees when one of these submarines leaves port is the last and only thing the public will ever see of it for that deployment. Almost everything that makes the Columbia class extraordinary is hidden behind classified design specifications, behind sealed bulkheads, and behind hundreds of meters of ocean. Buried at the rear of the submarine, behind layers of radiation shielding and inside a compartment that no one without specific clearance ever enters, sits one of the most expensive systems aboard the ship, the reactor. The Columbia class is powered by a new design known as the S-1B, built specifically for this class of submarine. Every previous American ballistic missile submarine, including the entire Ohio-class fleet, has required at least one nuclear refueling during its service life. The process takes years. It costs hundreds of millions of dollars. It pulls the ship out of patrol rotation entirely. Refueling has been a major logistical burden. The S-1B changes that. It is designed to run for the full 42-year service life of the submarine without ever being refueled. The submarine will go to sea on day one with the same nuclear fuel core it will retire with sometime in the 2080s. It is the first of its kind, and this design shifts how the fleet will operate. The practical effect is significant. Across the 12-boat program, eliminating midlife refuelings is expected to add hundreds of additional patrols over the life of the fleet. More time at sea, less time in shipyards, lower life cycle cost. The reactor compartment itself is one of the most heavily secured spaces aboard. Access is restricted at every level. Reactor engineers work in tightly controlled shifts. Their training takes years. Most of them will never publicly discuss what they do, and the specifics of the S-1B's output and design remain classified. The most important feature of any ballistic missile submarine is not its weapons. It is its silence. If it can be heard, it can be tracked. If it can be tracked, the deterrent fails. The Columbia class is being engineered to be the quietest submarine ever built. Toward the rear of the ship, where most submarines house a steam turbine connected by mechanical gearing to a propeller shaft, the Columbia uses something different: electric drive propulsion. The S-1B reactor produces steam. The steam drives turbo generators that produce electricity. That electricity powers an electric motor connected to a pump jet propulsor at the stern. Fewer moving parts, fewer mechanical tones. A fundamentally different acoustic profile from the Ohio-class submarines it is replacing. The stern itself is also new. Instead of the traditional cross-shaped configuration of 4 control surfaces, the Columbia uses an X-shaped arrangement. Each of the 4 planes operates independently. The result is improved maneuverability at low speeds and a smaller acoustic signature. The hull is coated in anechoic material, rubberized tiles designed to absorb sonar pulses and dampen sound from inside the ship. Every part of the design serves the same goal: reduce noise. The exact decibel signature of the Columbia class is classified. The Navy has stated only that it will be the quietest submarine ever built. The specific numbers will never be released. Before we go deeper into what is hidden inside this ship, take a moment to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit subscribe right now and let us keep going. Roughly amidships, sealed behind bulkheads that divide the submarine into separate watertight compartments, sits the reason this ship exists: the missile compartment. The Columbia class has 16 missile tubes, 8 fewer than the 24 that have defined every Ohio-class submarine for more than 40 years. The reduction was deliberate, reflecting both arms control commitments and an analysis showing that fewer tubes per ship can still meet patrol requirements. Each tube on the Columbia is 87 inches in diameter, identical to those on the Ohio class, and tall enough to hold a Trident II D5 missile from base to nose cone. Each Trident II is approximately 13 meters tall. Each one weighs 130,000 pounds. Each one has a range of more than 4,000 nautical miles. Each one can carry multiple independently targetable nuclear warheads. The missile tubes are built into 4 tube modules called quad packs, a manufacturing innovation that allows them to be assembled in factory environments before being lowered into the hull during construction. The Columbia carries 4 of these quad packs, 16 tubes in total. The same design is also being used on the United Kingdom's new Dreadnought-class submarines, the result of a United States and United Kingdom partnership that has shared missile compartment technology since 2008. Access to the missile compartment is one of the most heavily controlled procedures on the ship. Two-person verification rules apply at every step. Every action is logged. Every check is repeated. Did you know that one Columbia-class submarine by itself carries enough firepower to alter the outcome of a global conflict? Tell us in the comments below. Each Columbia-class submarine will be operated by a crew of approximately 155 sailors. Unlike attack submarines, which deploy with a single crew, ballistic missile submarines use a two-crew rotation system. The blue crew and the gold crew. They alternate patrols, keeping the submarine at sea as much as possible. When one crew returns to shore for training and rest, the other prepares to take its place. Each patrol typically lasts 70 to 90 days. During that time, the submarine remains submerged for almost the entire deployment. There is no internet, there are no phone calls, there is no mail in the way most people understand it. The only communication from home arrives through a tightly controlled system called the familygram, short text messages, limited to about 40 words, sent from family members through Navy channels and reviewed before they reach the sailor. There is no reply. The submarine cannot transmit at depth without revealing its position. The interior is large by submarine standards, but small by every other standard. 155 people share the space for months. Bunks are stacked. Living quarters are tight. The watch schedule runs on a 24-hour cycle, 3 sections, each standing 8 hours of watch followed by 16 hours of off-watch time used for maintenance, training, meals, and protected sleep. There is no day, there is no night. Artificial lighting shifts to simulate the rhythm of the surface world that the crew left behind. The crew knows what is in the missile compartment. They know what their role is. They train for a launch order that the Navy hopes will never come. The entire purpose of the ship is deterrence, to be so hidden, so survivable, and so capable that no adversary would ever risk a first strike, knowing the response is already waiting beneath the ocean. A reactor that runs for 42-year service without refueling. An electric drive propulsion system designed for silence. An X-shaped stern. 16 missile tubes carrying Trident 2D5 missiles. 155 sailors, and up to 90 days of unbroken silence beneath the ocean. The first Columbia-class submarine is being built right now at General Dynamics Electric Boat in Groton, Connecticut. It is 65% complete. The future USS District of Columbia will be delivered to the Navy in 2028. The future USS Wisconsin follows around 2030. Construction has already begun on the third boat, the future USS Groton. 12 are planned. The total cost of the program is estimated at more than $130 billion, among the most expensive shipbuilding efforts in American history. The sailors who will serve on these submarines across the next 60 years are, in many cases, still in their teens and early 20s. Some have not yet enlisted. Some have not yet finished high school. They will spend years of their careers underwater on ships that do not yet exist, carrying weapons they hope to never use. The Columbia class exists for one reason: to be so hidden, so quiet, and so survivable that no adversary will ever try. Here's the final question. What do you think is more important, that this submarine exists or that no one ever knows where it is? Tell us in the comments. If this video gave you a new respect for what it takes to build a submarine like this, and for the people who will serve on it, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss what we cover next. We will see you in the next one.